We're gonna play A Mortician's Tale. It's a visual novel, and we are a mortician. And it's a cool style. It's kind of like a, what's it called? The like angle where you're like kind of diagonal looking down. I forget. There's a term for it. But it's a different style game than pretty much anything I've played, so I'm excited to get into it. It has a really good story, and it's dead people, so of course I want to play it. And also like aesthetic, hello. So we're gonna get into it. It's pretty short. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let me know if it is. Isometric, thank you, yes. Yes. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. It's a mortuary assistant. My name is Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Sorry. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Who types ya? Hello everyone, I'd like the opportunity to introduce a new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie as she told me she likes to be referred to. Why would you just introduce her as Charlie? Why would you even bother saying Charlotte? Sorry, I hate when people do that. They're like, her full name is this, but she prefers this. It's like, just say the name that they prefer, and then you don't even have to introduce the other name. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Please take time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little bit better as well. Lunch in the mortuary. Hope you settled in so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Miss Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family's asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. Family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more... This is a very, like, intense first email from my boss. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier if that's possible. With that being said, although you'll not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one's going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Miss Garcia in the prep room. Mrs. Garcia. I'm like so bad at... Good luck, you beautiful and smart babe, you. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. Didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. I guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you're now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, the museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, killer capital of Canada. True. To work in a museum. Like that everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories usually require to see my face, and then you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a funerals monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you. I'm super proud of you. Love, 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 love you, Jenna. So it's probably explained to you. You're new here, so it's best I explain to you where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station. Obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Good thing, I'll get right to it. Oh. Can I check my email still? I wanted to read the other one. Tips for good etiquette. Don't be on your cell phone. Don't be loud and obnoxious. Don't get drunk. Happily reminisce. Okay. I'm not gonna read that. Oh, it's a point and click. Okay. So Miss Garcia does not need to be embalmed, but she does need to be cleaned. This is the prep room where you prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you're just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Okay, so I do have to hold this. I wasn't sure if I had to hold them. That's it, you're done. Miss Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay your respect to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Boop boop. Oh, you were already dressed. Damn. Is that quick? It's hard to be sad at the funeral when this guy's here, who looks absolutely terrifying. Doesn't it look cool, though? It's so different. You should see— oh, you gotta see the cover art. It's so cool. I'll have to show it when we're done. The game's pretty short. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's— yeah, I guess. It's kind of rude. I'm so rude at funerals. It's really bad, though. I can't take death seriously. I don't know. I'm, like, really bad about it. I go to funerals and I, like, make jokes and shit. They're always so ugly. Like, the funeral homes are always so gross. Like, why do they look awful? Why do they look like everybody's, like, grandma's, like, basement family room? You know? You do the same thing, Savina? I think we're just dark. Like, we're so used to dark content that, like, death and funerals and stuff just aren't. Like, I get sad sometimes if it's somebody that, like, I cared about, but, like, ugly, boring, morbid, formal, yeah. Like, I don't know. When I die, I'll be like, everybody goes to Ireland on me. Just put that in my will. I'd be like, everybody go to Ireland on a trip and pour one out for me. The end. Like, I don't want a whole thing. Not fun morbid, no. You only been to 2 funerals and you're like, okay, well, they don't care anymore. Why am I here? Yeah, like, funerals, like weddings, aren't for the people who die or get married. They're for everybody else, which is, like, fair. It does give a place for you to mourn, but I would rather just everybody go to a bar and get drunk and cry together about me if they want to do that. If they need to do that, then they do that, you know? I hate wearing pantyhose, and my legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. That's also true. Gotta keep the bodies from rotting, you know? I think I might actually miss the sweater. She's in it for me now. Goodbye, babe. Mommy, I'm hungry. Where can we go? When can we go? Yeah, also never food. I mean, I guess people don't want to eat around a body, but I don't care. I'll eat around a dead body. That's fine. Tell happy stories, listen to the songs you love, like make it a celebration of you, not some weird, serious, uncomfortable thing. I have heard mixed reviews, though, about celebration funerals. That everybody feels real fucking weird about it. Like, it sounds good, but I guess, like, people find it just really awkward. I mean, maybe they're just poorly executed. Maybe they could be better. I would just not, like, just cremate me and fucking plant a tree and cry and then, like, go drink a bunch and stuff. You know, that's my vibe. Like, I don't get the whole, like, let's all get dressed up and sit in a room. Food is a normal thing here for funerals. Yeah, like, they provide food, but it's always, like, awful. Like, it's just bad. I was like catered barbecue. Like, let's pull out some ribs. Just mix it with glitter, make it crispy explosion over Mardi Gras or something. I don't even care. Amazing. Yep. I don't give a shit. I'm like, do what you need to do for yourself, but do not spend a shit ton of money. Like, please don't. Savina, but hey, whatever, that's my name. You meant Savina. That was okay. I won't out you. I heard the family specifically said no to embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. No, actually, embalming's really bad for the environment. You're putting a bunch of toxins into the soil. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Yes, they do. Seems strange. Also, caskets don't allow human remains to break down very fast, and caskets are, like, also filled with a bunch of chemicals and shit, too. Yeah, coffins are bad, yeah. Seems strange to me to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it to the ground like that. Yeah, right. Or in the sewer. That's what they do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? No, they're doing their job, because I'm pretty sure they're supposed to put it in, like... At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Oh, fuck. Hee, stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Fair. Fair. I didn't realize they were joking. I thought they were just being really dark. Okay, yeah, we know. Sorry, I am not trying to delay this as long as possible. The dialogue clicking, it's not clear to me how this works. You usually don't small talk about these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Yeah, the fun part is Irish Catholic wedding or funerals, where they're like, hey, so we're gonna play a song that represents the person that died, and also we're gonna smash you with some sad bagpipes. And it's like, dude, stop it. 2 minute feels. So much bagpipes. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. Yep. It would literally, like, warp your organs. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular and why people associate it with fainting or hysteria, sigh. It's actually been associated with visceroptosis, oh my god, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but also can be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. Oh, I thought it did. Tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically researched, and I'm treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Bless. Same. All the time. In my job. My company now is pretty good about not hiring people who are like... I'm so frustrated right now, yeah. My company now is pretty good about hiring people who aren't annoying, but I still work with like a couple like know-it-alls who aren't on my team, and I'm like on a specialized team. And I have some people that like correct me in threads, and I'm like, this is literally my specialty, and you're gonna correct me right now? Like, oh boy, seething. The number of times, especially in the past few months, because I've been working on these really big projects, that I've just been seething in my apartment because someone was like, well, actually, it's this. And I'm like, just because you like live in a dungeon and you play like fucking MMORPGs, don't worry, I'm totally fine with MMOs. I'm building a picture, and you don't talk to anyone outside of that, like, doesn't mean you're right about everything. Like, because you like live in an isolation. Anyways. 4:44. Oh, Jen. Can I rant for a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, cough, male colleagues, cough, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse. So it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. I know, right? Dudes can wear, like, tanks wherever they fucking go, but, like, women can't wear... If you have any sort of titties, like, you can't wear any shirts. Like, you have to wear, like, high neck shirts. I'm weirdly lucky in that I don't have titties, so, like, I can wear whatever I want, but, like, the number of people that I know who, like, can't wear, like, a shirt that's even slightly, like, cut lower, like, not even low, like, normal anything, is, like, ridiculous. And it's like, what are you supposed to fucking do? Sorry, I'm endowed with nice tits. Like, you don't have to look at them. That's on you, you know? Sorry, I'm on, like, a rant mode right now. Oh, okay, anyways. I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Ew, shut up. Shut up. Spoiler alert, women don't need your opinions on clothing. We got it. trust us. We usually look better than you. So to be sexist right back at you. Okay, anyways, but you're in rant mode every day, all day. I feel like I do rant on stream a little bit more than I expect to. I've been ranting more in person than I usually do. I'm normally a very, like, suck it up kind of person about a lot of stuff. But therapy's been very intense lately, and I feel like every time I hang out with people, I'm just, like, fucking mad about everything all of the time. I went through a long period during COVID of being very apathetic to, like, cope, and now I'm, like, mad all the time. Because she's validating all my feelings, which means that I'm angry all the time, because I'm like, I am valid, I am right, but fuck this shit. Like, whereas before I'd be like, I'm probably just being irrational, like, whatever, you know, like, all the, like, fucking stupid excuses we come up with for ourselves. Oh yeah, you can see the cover in the game description. But, like, it's a badass cover for this video game. It looks so cool. Anyways, corsets don't do anything to levers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Also, like, she's probably not wearing the corsets that they wore back then, which were, like, insanely small-waisted. Like, nowadays, I don't really sell them that small. You can make it happen, but I guarantee she's wearing, like, a normal corset. Like, I own a corset. Like, you can make them very, like, normal and not uncomfortable. It does not need to be, like, this psycho, like, Barbie doll. It is good. Yeah, it is good at feeling validated. It's hard when so many of your coping mechanisms were just ignore it until it goes away. Very avoidant personality. So, you know, there's, like, the other side where you're adjusting to being mad a lot, and you're like, okay, how do we, like, have healthy outlets for the anger instead of, like, breaking pencils in your apartment? Kind of stuff. And it's fair. It's hard, like, being in my job and being a woman. Like, it's just, people just... Doesn't matter how many great people there are you work with, there's always one or two that suck, that just, like, are just the worst, and, like, just need to constantly supersede you and, like, undermine you all the time. And it's exhausting, especially, like, leading, like, pretty big projects that are, like, really hard, and, like, also, I'm fucking nailing it, so sorry, but, like, clearly I know what I'm doing. But I have to do so much, like, cross-team communication with the projects that I'm working on, so I have to talk to a lot of people that I don't talk to normally. And I just feel like sometimes there's also been a lot of outages and stuff in my company, so, like, I've been dealing with a lot of, like, how do we make stuff better, and how do we make it so that we can deal with these outages faster, and people have opinions and stuff, and it sucks because some of them are, like, really smart people that they have good ideas, and, like, I don't want to not respect their ideas, but sometimes I'm like, shut up. Alright. I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I cool off a bit. I get you. Your feelings are valid, Jennifer. Fuck those bitches. You work almost only with the general manager and CEO. The GM and CEO have such an ego, I have to be careful what you say. Oh, I hate that. I fucking hate that. That's the worst. It's nice though when you work with people that you, like, the people that you do work with are, like, hopefully they're good at least. And the other two just suck and you just don't. Oh, the GM and CEO. Oh, shit. But the COO is okay, maybe? Fuck. Annoying. The egos, oh my god. It's like, dude, no one cares. Like, your dick doesn't get smaller because I disagreed with you. Like, I promise. You'll be fine. Here are the instructions for your next body. I did a remarkable job on the first one. The family is very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. A elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter, Lizzie Duval, if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. I appreciate when someone mothers and they acknowledge that they're mothering. Like, that's good for being aware. That said, they're all Jewish and super open-minded, so they know I'm pagan and they're fine with it. That's cool. That's good at least. GM is your direct boss, but the CO is decent. GM is decent, but he's just old school. She's just old school. CO is just stressed out to fuck and needs to retire, but he's nice when he's not freaking out. Yeah. The people who need to retire are like some of the hardest people to work with because they're just like, there's so much anxiety about what is the meaning of my life when I retire after this job that they put like everything needs to be impactful and like they need to like go off on a high note, and so they put all this pressure on like you to do like all this extra work or like push yourself super hard so that they can feel like they've done enough in their job. And it's like, just accept that you did what you could and you were CEO, so you were successful. Your company was alive for more than X number of years. That's impressive enough. Like, and call it a day. Like, just passing this message along. Please pass along your deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a I thought she said they were very aligned. For such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. Oh, so they had food there. Kid was just bitching. So what I'm saying is it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way, and I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Aw. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, oh god, this is long. Taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you about the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, and I was about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like con cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from the friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know not to get in the way of procession drove through the intersection. This happened during my uncle's funeral last year. Someone cut off somebody in the procession and like almost caused a car accident. And I'm pretty sure it was my aunt who was, her husband had just died, who got cut off. Drove through the intersection and smashed right into our friend's car. Nobody got hurt. In mine, there wasn't an accident, but it was like close. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Jesus Christ. Anyway, one of my friends is in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in the way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, like, go figure, life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what it actually means. Oh, and before you get any ideas, this has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later, and it's nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. I don't really want to... I'm not going to read the newsletter, because I don't really find them interesting. They're just too long. I don't really find... Get another message? Next job. Oh, I forgot to respond. That's the problem. Mostly, you're happy you're mostly sistering and not mothering. Love to foster chaos gremlins. Yeah, I am sistering. That story? Oh, yeah. It's fucked. People, like, don't... They don't even go over funeral procession laws in the permit test. And they should. Like... People just don't know. And also, since COVID, like, so many people weren't driving. Like, people have forgotten stuff like that, too. So, it's pretty shitty. a Magotol room? Is that hair? I'm assuming it's hair. Traditional burials typically require embalming. Sorry, I said this earlier, but I watched 2 cats today and I'm still getting like residual like dander, so I'm kind of like choking all of the time. So apologies for me being like which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Click on the sponge, drag it up. Yep. Also, fucking funerals are so expensive. I was researching them recently. Oh my god. You know, just normal late 20s things to do, but... Okay. Can I just do a little bit of shaving? In order to break rigor mortis, you have to massage the body. Yep. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap to each socket. Click and drag the glue on each eye to shut it. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball in the mouth to give it shape. Keep the Keep the mouth from opening. You need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and open. Wait, what? Oh, that's the tubing. Oh, that's the needle and thread. My mic is like kind of covering up part of the game. These noises. Okay, I am gonna turn the sound effects down a little bit. Oh, wait. Okay, there's no save feature. Can I not do... Oh, okay. Alright. Scalpel, yep. The cannula and dragon of the cooker. Next, you'll need to connect the embalming machine. Additional tubing. It's a little bit finicky. Of any remaining. Click on the trocar. Oh wait, it's this. The trocar. And you're done. Michael will take care of Duval's makeup as well as dressing. It's time to attend the funeral. Grim Profession games, yes. A classic on my streams. Embalming is strange, yeah. You gonna do the guy who takes shit out of the shelf and says when he's gone? What? Yeah, that message did take a turn. I haven't heard of that, Danny. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember, but I've gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red no matter what. In what culture? I mean, I'm sure there is a culture that does white instead of black, but... We always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. But no grandparent. But why couldn't he have done it? Humming to himself. game. You could have taken the kid unless he was sick for a long time, I guess. It came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and the next poof, that person's gone. Just, like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. It's so weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. Pay our respects. Say bye-bye. It's an honorable, honest profession. I mean, damn, I couldn't do it. Passing on this lovely thank you note. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate it when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little bit worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just date a horror gamer, because we love that shit. We'll be like, what the fuck? What's the weirdest shit that has ever happened? Like, there's never been a profession that someone has said they do that I've been like, nah, I'm not about it. Like, I'm usually like, whoa, that's like, I don't know. There's some stuff that's like, if they're in finance, I'm like, I don't know about that. That's usually when I get. That's when I get a little bit, because finance in New York is like a life choice. Childhood best friend used to do embalming. That's so fucking cool. But yeah, it is super bad for the environment, but it's really cool. I find it really interesting. Just promise you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I thought Jen was our girlfriend at first, and I'm kind of bummed she's not. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom ran over. I'm gonna try it out because it turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. You sign up for Dead Me. Isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet, though. Paycheck coming late. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy's been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I thought he sent it directly to Amy in accident. So I'm gonna grab some fast food before taking the hearse to the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone. And swinging back home. Do you want anything? Beef and cheddar? Gonna take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. That's really funny. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. I love Matthew. We stand Matthew. Embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income. I don't have enough to pay you this week. If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing. I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. LGBTQ funerals respect. Alright, we will read this one. I don't know if all of the, like, interesting content about being respectful to people's bodies is just in the newsletter, or if we do get a body that is a person who was trans or, non-binary. I'm not sure if, like, we actually applicably use that or if it's just in this newsletter. So we'll make sure we'll read this one, just in case it is just the newsletter. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. Oh, it sucks. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different. Because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased gender identity as they lived it. So a step in the right direction. Fuck yeah, California. California is like 9,000 years in advance, like ahead of the game with like everything. Like I always I pick up like food and it's always like, this is a warning that like it might cause cancer. Like way ahead of time. Way ahead of time. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America, especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this does not mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn. Shh. Rude person outside, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Damn, newsletter. Fucking right. Oh, that's good, Siri. I'm glad to hear that. That warms my cold, cold heart. It's kind of weird how industry developed. Just a little side note before I go to eat. But before, what mattered was being as good as possible at that one thing, like making bread. Now it's all about being able to do as much as possible. So like your store manager, cashier might be cutting body parts and catching a plane to catch squirrels in South Africa. I definitely do not agree with the direction of the culture. Of course, now everybody does things the same way, and you gotta like it. Stupid car, I know, right? Yeah, it is weird. Like there was very much. We're moving away from specialization, which is weird, but then like the capitalism has made certain industries just so important. So if you're not specialized in the one thing that people think is lucrative, then like you're fucked. Which is why like when the tech industry blew up last year, everyone was like, oh, the tech industry blew up, oh my god, and like everybody I knew was like freaking out, and I was like, this is the bubble that's been growing forever. Like we're getting paid way too fucking much to do what we do. Like absolutely not. I am mildly underpaid, but I still make stupid money for what I mean, my job is really hard, but when my previous role, I got paid more for, I don't know. I just don't think tech is like I don't think tech should be as high money as it is. I love it because I'm putting money away for my mom, but you know, it sucks. It sucks that like art has been considered not important anymore. Like so many schools are getting rid of art programs and stuff. Like it's just stupid. And then you like think about it, and like some artists used to, like portraitists, how would you say that? Used to make shit ton of money like a while ago because it was like everybody wanted portraits. They work with all the rich. I mean, they probably didn't make like a shit ton of money, but they probably made like good money. And now it's like they don't even teach kids art anymore in school. It's stupid. It's multitasking, yeah. No, you don't like it because you suck at it? No, that's fair. It is. It feels like you need to be jack of all trades and master in 3. Like there's no. Yeah. There's no like winning. Make pretty freaking good money, but starting 5 people alone in inflation makes you feel like I less. When you did 30K ago, yeah, I feel that. I finally got a really big raise last year because I was getting vastly underpaid for like based on the market. I was getting like paid way less than I should. And I'm still like catching up, but it feels like I'm doing like a job that's like 2 levels above what I'm like getting paid to do. You know the saying, just work twice as hard for the same job. You only make 30K. Okay, after that tax that is. You live in Europe though, right? Europe you can make, I feel like you can make a little less and be okay. In the US they're like, you are dirt. Like, my mom makes around that, I think. Didn't think you would until just saw job listings, but maybe 1/7 of what you do for 20K more. Oh fuck yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm expected to like lead all these projects and stuff and do all this extra, like, my manager's asked me to do stuff that like no one on my team has done before, which is like, culturally we want to start doing that, but he was like, you gotta do this, and I'm like, why do I have to do this now when we don't even as a team do this? So I started just doing shit on the side and being like, I'm doing this work, this sprint, because the sprint is like the 2-week work weeks that we have. So I'm doing this week because like I got feedback on it, so I'm doing it now. Do we need to do it now? Is it important right now? No, but I'm doing it to check a box. I hate checking a box. It's so annoying. Maximum pleasure of life is to focus everything I have in my control into one thing, and that's when it feels good and it just encourages you. Yeah, like I get really into something. Like I'm pretty good at multitasking, but I definitely find more value in doing one thing and really dedicating myself to it. Yeah, Germany, you make 40, but you did it. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's probably 2 people on that too. That's true. Also, yeah, the way I said that, I did not mean to invalidate that it is hard to make that money. I'm sorry if that came across that way. Sometimes I'm like, I'm shitting on the US, but the way I say things sounds like I'm being disingenuous to what the person is saying, so I apologize. That's not what I meant. I just meant, like, the US is, like, tough when it comes to not making, you know, a crazy amount of money. Just like medical care, it's just insane here. I don't understand. That's the shit that freaks me out. Like tripping and falling and then being like fucked because like it's so expensive here. But that's just me ranting about medical stuff. But yeah, it's stressful. It's stressful too when you're supporting someone else too. Like I've been trying really hard to spend money on myself, and it stresses me out to do that because my therapist was like, you are a person, be a person. Because I was just like paying off my loans and like saving money for my mom because she got hurt a couple years ago and it was pretty scary. So I started saving a ton of money for her because my sister has kids and my brother is like in a job that just he can't kind of do stuff like that. So get clean, 40K clean. Yeah. Yeah, gross is definitely not the same as what you actually take home too. And I know in Europe too, there's a lot of like extra tax and stuff on like to pay for medical care and stuff. And infrastructure is just so much better in Europe compared to the US. And a lot of that is because people pay so much in taxes. Or at least that's what I like it was like when I was living there for a little while. But breast cancer, just standard cremation. Okay. I knew this game was gonna make me super chatty. So I'm glad we played it after Gone Home. So what am I doing? I'm confused. About clothing and jewelry, it's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Wait, they put her in the clothes before we cremated her? Oh, because she's getting cremated. Oh, they dressed her up for... In a casket, though? Seems weird. To pay for a casket. Oh, maybe it's just like the casket that... Like a box that you put people in. Still have to have a car though. You could get in a subway here. Yeah. Yeah, the subway can be really stressful. I understand that. They are super mean. I've been so anxious when I go out lately. It's like becoming annoying. It's now becoming one of those things where it like impacts my life, and I'm like, okay, we need to get this shit unlocked because I'm not doing this. I am not doing this whole hermit thing because I can't leave my apartment. It's weird. I think it started because therapy got really intense, so I started to like have feelings all the time. This is a cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments, right? Yeah. Using the cremulator will break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Here? Click and drag bone fragments and drop them to the top of the cremulator. When the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back into the counter. Take it to the urn, family, and present it alongside some flowers. It's cranked up to 11 for you too, because, well, yeah. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we were all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. Food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Hey, there we go. Good funeral parlor. Glad she was cremated, not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up. Not once. Also, I know I knew this was like gonna be sad. I didn't realize it was gonna be so sad. Should have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Pay our respects. Then we go. Yes, I'm just making myself go out more. I've been like, no, you're fucking leaving your apartment. And I told my friends too. I've been more honest with my friends about how I feel, which is like not a thing I normally do. I'm normally like, I'm fine, whatever, I cry myself to sleep, it's fine. I just like don't say anything. And so with my friends more often, I've been like, hey, I'm like super anxious today, and I know this is dumb, but I feel like everyone hates me, and I know that's not true. And then they're like, we love you, shut up. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I just needed the validation. It is with a very heavy heart that I write. Oh no. That I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition, but it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. It's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are, that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So, we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., a company... I love it, Enterprises, Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image so that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact, somewhat. They have a good reputation, and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. So I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I admittedly didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Oh. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this thank you note. I'm so internally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Cremation, pacemaker. Please see the note about the pacemaker that they can be tricky. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Okay. It'll take care of it. I don't know what to do. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or like other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today, not my usual self. And it'd be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. Your treasure, Charlie. I don't know what to do. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you would know somebody I could talk to about all of this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a good, full life, and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer to me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. Do we answer? What is this? Oh, there's a game! Oh, it's like a Minecraft. Or, not Minecraft, sorry. Minesweeper. Challenger approaches! Charlie, I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. There you go. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at that hotel for 3 years. But I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. My main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the next restaurant to go to when one of us is in town. I'm really bad at this. I was really good at the first one. Shit. I don't really like Minesweeper. Ah, look at that. Protecting the earth with green burials. You've lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly it's that bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. Oh yeah, that's way cheaper. Funerals are like $10,000. It's insane. It's cheaper, just went over 1K. Yeah, I was investigating it, and it was like 10 grand. Like, it's 7K for like a shit funeral. I think this is morbid, but I think my mom wants to get cremated though, and I think cremation's cheaper. But I don't remember. She's Irish Catholic, so I don't know if she's gonna want to be buried like the Irish Catholic way, which is like get a expensive ass casket and all that shit. It's better for people, the environment, just maybe not so good for the big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore preserved natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. 8,000 in Germany on average, yeah. Yeah, I think I looked at it, it was like 7K for like the most basic package at a funeral home. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital. It's just a bunch of people in my family are like dying or have died, so it was just like something on my mind. Not that I'm like planning on having a funeral anytime soon for anyone, hopefully, but like I just got curious. I was like, how much is it? And it's like a lot. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so you don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide us any to include. He has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers have batteries, they'll explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Holy shit. Sorry. Cool. Starts shaking and someone starts laughing. A demon starts laughing. And Mortuary Assistant. Right? I gotta play that game still. Yep. Oop. Looks like a banana. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Got a fucked up brain again. Do you ever end up cleaning the air with your father? We talked a few times, but not really. He sounds like a difficult man. He was just stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Are they dating? She's talking real fucking close to her. They're not dating. What do you want to do after this? Pretty nice, so let's go change and find a patio somewhere. Sounds good, I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? I always told him to quit smoking, but of course, he never listened to me, so that figures. Donating the body after death will still cost $500 to $1,500 to donate your body to science? Are you fucking serious? I mean, science does get no fucking money, so it's probably so that they can do the embalming, so that they can use the bodies for research. But that's still stupid expensive. Yeah, no, donating shouldn't cost money, I agree. Same as donating, like, you donate blood, and then if you need the blood back, like one of my teachers in high school had their parent, like, got in a really bad car accident and lost a lot of blood, and he was the same blood type as them, so he's like, just give them my blood that I just donated. And they were like, we can't. Or it's like, it's gonna cost $1 bajillion or something. They, like, said it was, like, gonna be super expensive for a blood transfusion. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, that's so ridiculous. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. But yeah, donating shouldn't cost money. It shouldn't at all. It's ridiculous. Like, sorry, I want to do you a favor. Yeah, my goal is donate all of my shit. Donate all the existence. Cremate whatever's left after that. Use it for, like, use my organs for anyone who might need them. That kind of thing. I don't care about eyes, skin, use whatever you want. And then just, set me on fire, baby. Thought I'd pass this along to you. Just want to thank you for the service the other month and apologize if that was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront the situation yet. Anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney, And he didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but you have to do as his family wishes. Matthews graciously offered to take this on if you're uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body to prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Good day, Miss Rose. We'll disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was, clearly, not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. You with your fucking bro fish pick, asshole. Yeah, I can do it. Mushrooms! You hate mushrooms so much. I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look at what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember. I've heard about this. I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call biomix, mushrooms and other microorganisms that help decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil, for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think that's what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably gonna do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? Things to avoid saying. At least they're no longer suffering. Were they saved? They're with the angels now. No religious statement. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. Thank you. Oh my god. Let me know how I can help. Do you wanna... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know how you feel. Yeah, that's shitty. I'm always just like, I'm here if you need me for anything. Don't hesitate to reach out. Take organs for transplant, donate the rest to science. If anything is left, make it into ashes, compress into red gemstones, inset his eyes and gargoyle statues my kids must own to get inheritance. Absolutely. Kids need to have gargoyles. Confirmed. You saw it here. That sounds amazing. I wrote up a will when I was like 12. Like, what is wrong with me? Why am I the way I am? Okay. I'm fucking pissed that we're not doing what he wanted for his own death. Poor kid. I hate this lotion sound. It's like, why is it not working? Oof, this is gonna be a tough funeral to attend. Oh boy. Parents are assholes, so it's gonna be tough. So I can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known. You know, I should have been able to do something to stop it. There's no way to know. You can't blame yourself. You wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It hurts. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Wish we were closer. Wow, I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. It's not your fault. It's your parents' fault. I'm just kidding. I heard it wasn't. That's mean. I heard it wasn't going to be an open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. Quiet sobs. Pay our respects. F for respects in chat. Ugh. Oof. Oofs all around. What up? She always has to finish her cleaning before I can cook anything. Hey Chad. Oh god. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. There will be another institution among hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out a memo regarding the specifics and details of the changes, but we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. What the hell? Can I just say, first off, this is bullcrap. Ugh, I know how these corporations run. Would I be surprised if they were monitoring our emails now? No, okay, I don't really believe that. Oh, they totally are. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight under a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with all their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse they picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Oh, Matthew. You're invited to attend a death cafe. I can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection. You can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you a link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is this sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event I'm forwarding to you take place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. Come, increase our awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. Ooh, this will be interesting. It's about different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something. I don't know what country we're in. I feel like it's Canada for some reason. I feel like we're playing a lot of Canadian games. Oh, 7. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, maybe something many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Yes, very true. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body, to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with the death, but the goal is almost always the same, offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for the burial will begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many people began to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads. Ha! For your gargoyles. Sitting Shiva, yeah. That always seems so weird. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I have Jewish friends that have gone and done all of the things for the traditional Jewish like funerals and stuff, and it's like there's a lot. There's so many practices. It's crazy. Into beads and turquoise, pink or black, called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issues in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. I mean, I totally want haunted jewelry. Let's fucking go. Make me a haunted bead. Let's go. Yeah, bodies are also empty, feeling and weird. So yeah, sitting with a dead body feels like it might be awkward. I would totally make jokes with the dead body though, because I'm like the worst. Yep. But not all practices are somber either. Ever hear of, I had like 5 jokes in my head and I just was like, nope, we're not gonna say them. So bad. Not all practices are somber either. Ever hear of turning of the bones or Famidahana? Probably butchered that, I'm sorry. A ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Famidahana and has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. What? That's wild. Oh my god. Dead body dancing. I wonder if they can waltz pretty well. This practice isn't a celebration. Is a celebration, a remembrance, a way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Chad! Below the details for our next client, ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you're done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. Disgusting. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Okay, so we follow okay, like, cremate? Like, there's not anything else? Herg and I went to her grandma's funeral. My mom caught us at the coffin going, no, you touch it first, no, you. My mom goes, oh god, I'll do it. We watched and we both gently poked the body's hands. I love your family. That's fucking awesome. I love that. Oh my god. You're both in your 30s? Even better. Hell yeah. I've only been to closed casket funerals since I've been alive. All the people who, this is morbid, but all the people who've died in my family have died of, like, very bad shit happening. Like, bad cancer. So they look like crap. No, you know what? Actually, my grandmother's was an open casket funeral. It looked fucking creepy. Yeah, never mind. Just the last one was closed casket. He had died of a stroke, but he had hit his head pretty hard. Something else happened, I forget what it was. But yeah. So I know my future now? What's my future? Just keep poking bodies? This is your grandma who's 99. Yeah, my grandma was like 85 when she died. She's kind of young actually, but she got pretty bad cancer. Everyone in my family has cancer. It's like fucking such a problem. Also, none of them wore sunscreen, like, ever, so. Like, everybody in my family's had skin cancer, pretty much. It's, like, insane. Okay. Okay. No one's, like, died in, like, a crazy accident. Well, technically the last funeral was, like, an accident, but it wasn't, like, a... like, the body was fucked up vibes. Or anything like that. I'm also, was born really late. Like, my mom... I was an accident. And my mom didn't get menopause till, like, pretty late in life. So a lot of my family is old. So it's getting to that. That's why I was looking at funeral stuff, because I was like, it's getting to that point where, like, a lot of people in my family are dying or something's going on with them. Because, like, my mom's gonna be 70 this year, so it's like... And she's not the oldest in the family either. So... It's part of how we know we're each other's people, I know, right? We're all just having dark as fuck conversations, just casually, like, whatever, yep. Can never remember how old my parents were. I think mid-late 20s or something. Yeah. Aw. I don't know how old my dad would be. My dad died when I was really little. Should we do a vigil? Oh, when they had you. When they had you. Siri, I read that so wrong. I read your message very incorrectly. I read that both your parents died. And I was like, and I don't know why I thought that, but... My mom was like 34 when she had you or something. Yeah, my mom was 42. My mom was old as shit. I'm 30 now, I can imagine having to take care... I know, right? Take care of another human being? Like, holy shit. Absolutely not. Not for me. Not my vibe. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. Oh. She was always so careful. Wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes, asphalt drivers. They need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on all of them without asking about the legal ramifications and all of this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with death of their partner all by themselves. Are they sitting by the... Is it them? Are they sitting by themselves? I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks. I mean, no, I don't know. It's so intimate. It feels like we should do it myself. She would kill me if she saw other things. Saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book, except to you. Yeah, she was special. Okay. I thought her partner was sitting by their self? Is that what they said? Them? So glad it was cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. You had your eldest spawn a month after 19th birthday. Second human was when you were 24. I like the word spawn. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine to binge watch something right now. Sam, bro. My spawn. It just sounds like just a little bit demon. Which I can appreciate. Did I already pay my respects? We're doing double respects. Okay, we're leaving. From what I know, little I know, they still turn out good. Yeah. You met one of my spawn, totally demonic, yo. We love your spawn. How could they not be good? That cool ass family, you know? Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work. P.S. I really want mozzarella sticks. Damn, now I want mozzarella sticks. Matthew, my god. Be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry ever. As stated in a previous email. Here are the new rules and codes of conduct I expect you to follow from now on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. First and foremost, there's a required uniform and a strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly to this, is that no tattoos are to be visible. Bitch, what? If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. Fuck off. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell. Always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. If you find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it, fuck you, you piece of shit. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner catering concepts provides high quality food that will be delivered weekly from the factory and can be easily defrosted in the morning of the funeral. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition to the high-quality services we're known for. Reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we can perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning. We do not perform green funerals as they are not cost-effective. All employees and subsidiaries must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead introduce a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, caskets, and vaults instead. Trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. Yeah, Chad. Fucking bitch. I hate him. Well, because the other side of the family's utter shit. Yeah, fair. There. Guess who's back again. It's drones with the core flower. Is this still gone home? No, this is a Mortician's Tale. I love this clip. So I just love that shirt. I love that shirt. It's so good. Oh, did I not update it? No, I think it's updated. The category is updated. Does it not show up? If you add the browser open, refresh it. Because it should be. It's on my end, it says the category is Mortician's Tale. Fair play, though. Fair play that I wouldn't have it updated, because that's me. I do be that way. But yeah, I get that, Sabina. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to talk less about my family on YouTube videos because it feels like a bad place to do it. But I understand your emotions. Okay, let's see. Yep. Let me refresh. Okay, cool. Yeah. You're playing a Mortician's Tale. It's a good game so far. I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We as a species have seen the beginning of our end. I love Jen's like random messages. Why do it? I'm gonna skip that one. Oh, okay. Received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, and I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. Although annoying, hey, is being paid, and I just don't want to say their name anymore. Is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services. Cremation's preferred here as a more cost-efficient of the two options. The first unclaimed body will be handed over to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has been yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for cremation, except for traded Pokemon for 2.5 hours. How did it go? Did you get anything good? So what is this game? Email simulator? Yeah. No, we are a Mortician, and we read our emails every morning when we start our day, or evening, I don't know when we start our shift. One is always from our best friend, who is hilarious. One is always from a Mortician newsletter, and it's sometimes really interesting. It has like a lot of facts in it and stuff. We just read one you would have liked that was about different funeral rites for different countries and cultures. That was a good one. That was cool. And then we get one from our boss, and then we get one from our coworker who bitches about our boss, basically. It's like what the most. And we usually get one from like a person who we ran a funeral for, who like either says thank you, or we had a follow-up from a kid who was having a hard time like coping with their grandfather's death, and so they reached out to us and asked us if we had any resources. Valuable cylinder damage, so just worry about it. Okay. So we like check our email, then we prepare our body, then we usually go to a funeral, but now we just got bought by it used to be a mom and pop shop, then we got bought by some huge corporation. And now they're doing unclaimed body stuff to make money. No, I always do this. Sometimes I love this banana bone. Sometimes the clicking is a little bit off. F for respects. Love a cremulator. So usually there's people here, we talk to them, and that kind of thing. It's a pretty short game. From Broseph McGee, we are thrilled to announce subsidiary has just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us to access all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. The babies. We're excited the opportunity to work with intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over 15 million in funding. No doubt be a boon for Hillside Heritage Enterprise's bright and sustained future. This guy sucks. Charlie's official. I've put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you I'm worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? I'll bring beers over next week and we can talk a bit more freely. Jen! Still wish we were dating Jen, but it's fine. I'm not jealous. Dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. Shirley loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you'd lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work. Our friend works in a museum on, like, dead bodies and preparing them for display. So our best friend is also a badass. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time is Ask a Mortician. She's an icon. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to follow her. Fuck yeah. Let's go. We're all about death positivity here. Alright. But yeah, her name is Lily. She's super death positive, hasn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it like that last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that like working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. Makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento mori, or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming, like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's really into roller coasters. I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want her to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on the top of the Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're gonna do it? You know I have my support. You have my support 100% no matter what you decide. Ooh, what do we do? Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Water cremation. Whoa, we're gonna learn about this, so let's go. We can call it a few different things, like flameless cremation, a bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide, or perhaps more commonly, resumation. It's a technical name though, and it's actually alkaline hydrolysis. I was gonna say it's gotta be saltwater, right? Whatever we want to call it, it's here and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know, because I was gonna say regular cremation. Ooh, thank you. Just saw your message, Jones. Yeah, because actual cremation too, or fire cremation also is like bad for the environment. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them. The water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process. It uses really strong alkali and water heated up very high, about 350 Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than the traditional cremation processes. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. Hell yeah. Dear Miss... Oh... I don't know. Let's read. Let's start from the bottom. Regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden. We don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. Mr. Dimka, I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through traditional funeral packages and stuff. Promise you, your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of our beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was, beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about you on this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here, our Rose and daughters, make this a difficult time a little easier for you. Okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for considering us in this hard time. I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose the sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that you've lost any customers because your refusal to upsell. That's part of your job. Fuck you. Stab him with a scalpel. Let's fucking do it. Let's do it right now. Let's kill him. Let's do a murder. Cremate the body. No fucking evidence. Done. Water cremation's only illegal in a few states. It's hard work to legalize it. Yeah. I'm assuming that it's hard to make sure the proper facilities are set up and stuff, and people get weirded out by alternative funerals for some reason, even though, like, I don't know. It's our first female body that is actually getting cremated. Get ready for gross sound drones. Why the scalpel is so loud. Why is this not working? It's so finicky sometimes. The part's like super finicky, so I can super focus on it. You have to head. Oh my god, yeah, it's 3 AM. Get some good rest, Onasiri. You sleep well. We stand murder. It's a culture of distance from death. Okay. Sleep well. Also, I don't know why I said your full name. Your full Twitch name. I read Drones' message and then said it aloud. I've been doing that a lot lately where I've been like reading something and typing it on accident. all the time. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. So cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. It would be good to stretch my legs. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what the chat guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah. I just wanted Mom to know I loved her. I wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh, it's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah. I'm gonna miss her. Me too. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what do you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh, yeah, I've heard that show's so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. Amazon order should... That must be like one of my subscribe and save things. Probably tissues. Because I blow my nose 24/7. Aha! Did we open up our own? That's what I thought we might do. Congratulations, Charlie dear. I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to help. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. You'll never believe what new job I am working at now. Open this email to find out. Hey Charlie, when I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree. And thankfully, I concentrated on my driving skills since now I'm working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. And besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on the new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Be seeing ya. Congratulations on your new business. Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a Brazilian% increase, but you've stuck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying not to be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Have you heard about these green burial pods? When I find the link in my 1 million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you 1 p.m. Eileen Hansen. See you soon. Oop. It's a natural burial. Aww. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much, but thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. Achievement unlocked. Rest in peace. Oh, they're actually filling it. Okay, it looked like they were just dancing with the shovels, and I was like, what is happening at this funeral? That was really good. That was so good. It wasn't too much reading for stream, which I appreciate. Lots of cool information. I've like learned stuff, which is really cool. I love that in a game. Great music. It was a really, I liked this. This is a fun little experience. I'm pretty sure this game is like $7. It's really cheap, so definitely pick it up if you are interested in a really good story and a different style game. For sure, like there's not a lot of isometric simulators, so I thought that was really cool. Pets, all the pets. But yeah, really great. It was awesome. I loved that they had the newsletter with all the important information about death that you might, like, and funerals and funeral rites that you might not know. So yeah, I'd really recommend it. It was good. I definitely enjoyed it. So check it out. And see you next time.